short stories about it, but it is real. It is real. The amount of money, 35 grand for one child, 57 grand for two children, let alone all the judges, barristers, psychologists, solicitors, social workers. £250,000 can be made by one family, and one family alone. So just think how much money they are making from your children. And once they're gone from one adoption agency through to adoption, then to another family, then to another family, then they're lost. They're lost. You will never get them back. So it's a massive fight to keep your children and look after your children. Where did we get to this point? Why? It's because they do not care. They absolutely do not care. The child trafficking is through the roof. It's $1 billion operation, and they'll steal children. They'll steal them when wars go on, which are all fake and fabricated, but they will still steal your children. You know, to abuse them, to rape them, to torture them, to murder them. It is absolutely sickening. It is absolutely heartbreaking, and all the evidence is there. We've got it. We've got it all, and this is exactly what is going on. When you look at the satanic ritual abuse as well that goes on, which some of you might find it hard to believe, but it does go on. Jeanette Archer, a former survivor of SRA, absolutely abused from 5 years old, and what they do in these estate homes, what the Masonic lodges do as well. They just abuse, they rape and rape and rape and torture these children constantly, until they can't take them, or some of them die from it. Others are survivors who speak out a lot what is going on, and it is absolutely criminal, and it goes on and on daily, hourly, you name it. These children are trafficked around for these purposes. Every hour, yes, every hour, exactly. But let alone what's going on in the schools. What is going on? The sexualisation in the schools is through the roof. It's absolutely through the roof. It's mentally raping the minds of our children. Now, it was 3 and above what they're teaching them, but apparently it's now 9 years and above. But is it? That's the problem. Because they are teaching our children too much sexual explicit content. But masturbation, penetrative sex, oral sex, anal sex, it's all there, is what they're teaching. If that is horrible, what you're hearing, it's exactly what is happening. I can tell you that for nothing. It's mentally raping the minds of our children, and we are not having it. And everyone needs to be standing up and fighting this cause for their children. They really do need to make a massive difference. Where do we get to the point that the sex education came in to the public schools? Well, I'll tell you why, and if this isn't a red flag, you better listen to it. It's from a man called Alfred Kinsey, who was a paedophile. He was around in the 40s and beyond, and he spoke of sexualization about the children. And what he did, he wrote a book called Sexual Behavior in the Human Male, because he believed that everyone or every baby is sexual from birth. And he'd done some horrible experiments. He wrote a book, Sexual Behavior in the Human Male, where he tortured, raped, abused, poked, prodded babies as young as 2 months old up to 15 years, and recorded all the orgasms in table 34 from his book. And it is, you can get that book, I've got it, you know, it's there, all the facts and information are there. It was absolutely disgusting. But you know, they didn't ban him or anything. He was really proof fraudulent, but he carried on. And, of course, they made a film about him. Liam Neeson was in it, called Kinsey, and his work still goes on. Let alone, where do we get to the point of 72 genders? The gender ideology. Let's look at that. Another red flag. A guy called John Money, who was a paedophile as well. So what is that telling you? He believed that children were gender neutral from birth. And he'd done experiments on the Reimer twins, because one of them had his genitalia burnt off when he was up for circumcision. So they transitioned him into a girl called Brenda. But the experiments and the absolute paedophilia that they put on him, it got them to simulate sex acts on each other.
So, this is how mad it is. I can't even get over the bridge because of that reason. So, I'll keep you tuned. I'll speak to you soon. Let you know. Bye.